Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this module, we are going to talk about the history of educational channels. Yes, educational channels, which is very important, and you would have seen many channels including Gyan-Darshan on television and many other channels also. So today we are going to talk about the history of educational channel, how educational channels came into existence and what are the things they do, how it evolved and how it is serving the mass, how it is serving the students and how students are being benefited. First, we will be talking about the global scenario of educational channels. Television is a powerful medium of communication with tremendous potential to inform, to entertain and to educate. It has literally captured the world. Television has become an important part of our life, so much that it is difficult to say whether it is a luxury or a necessity. Television has a deep impact on culture, ideas and way of living things. You know, it is said medium is the message. Who said it? Marshall McLuhan. The medium is the message is a concept introduced by Marshall McLuhan. He wrote that the medium, it may be print or electronic, through which message is sent determines how the message will be received, how the message will be perceived. For example, if you are reading a breaking news in the newspaper and someone is watching that news on a new channel, both of them perceive that news in different ways. That is why Marshall McLuhan said that the medium is the message. The democratization of information in the internet age has brought change to our society. Before this, television has not much of a life outside the institution, but now the internet has provided a place to distribute information outside of the structure. For example, the different web series and different websites, they are helping the students for their development, they are helping the students in their education. There was a study about television's impact on American society and culture. Television has a constant presence in most Americans' life. With its fast moving, visually interesting, highly entertaining style, it commands many people's attention for several hours every day. It also influences viewers' attitudes and beliefs about themselves as well as about people from other social, ethical and cultural background. Television in Europe has changed its function from the early days, when it was a medium gathering the family in the living room, to a more privatized and individual activity, as many children today have their own television sets in bedrooms. Since the rise of television in India, television has been sensed as a cost-effective medium of education and development, and because of its large audience, it is considered as a productive tool for disseminating education at primary, secondary and university level. Whereas now people got the number of options to watch regional, national and international programs, which has completely changed the scenario of television industry. 24 hours transmission, variety of programs and affordability of relevant technology lead to rapid expansion of television system in India. Secondary school television project was started in 1961, which was designed for the secondary school students in order to improve the standard of teaching. Delhi Agriculture Television, which is known as DATV project, Vidya-mitra, it was started in 1966 to disseminate agricultural information to the farmers. And then Satellite Instructional Television Experiment, which aims at studying the change which is brought by community television in the rural areas, with an objective to educate rural masses for using improved and scientific technology in agriculture, to create awareness among villagers about health and hygiene, to develop national and emotional integration, and to realize rural masses about the importance of education. UGC Higher Education Television Project, which is known as HETV, which started in 1984. Educational Television Project, popularly known as Countrywide Classroom. The vision of this project was to update, upgrade and enrich the quality of education while extending their reach. IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, started the program Doordarshan Telecast in 1991, which was designed mainly for distance learners in collaboration with IGNOU-Doordarshan, hence popularly known as IGNOU-Doordarshan Telecast. The main motive of this project was to provide telecounseling to students of open universities in remote areas. Gyan-Darshan educational channel, it was started in 2000, was focusing on the needs of students of open and conventional universities, and within a year of its launching, that is on 26 January 2001, Gyan-Darshan became 24 hours educational channel. Edutainment. Nowadays we are talking about edutainment, means education and entertainment both. Yes, education through entertainment is another concept which is possible and successful in providing incidental learning by different television programs like quiz show, soap operas, phone-in programs and talk shows in which discussion on the topics of general interest like health, science, social issues, etc. take place. Some of the edutainment TV channels are Doordarshan, Discovery, National Geographic, etc. Open telecast is another technique which is used for the presentation of complex design, abstract mathematical concepts, scientific models in order to represent in it a simple and an affordable manner to a large number of audience with a motive to initiate community education such as public awareness on development issues like public health, family planning, etc. Telecast with print support. Television with print created an innovative combination in which the printed words acts as a content which was adopted for the telecast, which leads to not only effective viewing, listening and study skills, but also allows review of written text. The outcome of this telecast was that it limited the process of distracting notes making. Now we are going to talk about the group telecast. Group discussions or cooperative learning play a very important role in understanding difficult concepts and in learning application based approach to theoretical concepts. Therefore, the experiment of learners groups in pre or post academic activities started in which difficult concepts are explained and learners were encouraged to participate in these activities. It was successful in many countries including India. IGNOU-Doordarshan Telecast. In May 1991, a program was designed mainly for distance learners in collaboration with IGNOU-Doordarshan, hence popularly known as IGNOU-Doordarshan Telecast, with the motive to provide telecounseling to the students of open universities in remote areas. These were telecast on Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 6:30 to 7 am. But later on, getting good response from their viewers, the frequency of the program increased to 5 days in a week. Gyan-Darshan channel. We have already talked and we are going to talk about this Gyan-Darshan little more. On 26 January 2000, an exclusive educational TV channel of India, Gyan-Darshan, was jointly launched by IGNOU, Prasar Bharati, Ministry of Information Broadcasting and Ministry of Human Resource Development. The responsibility of uplinking transmission was in the hand of IGNOU. This channel was started as a 2-hour daily test transmission focusing on the needs of the students of open and conventional universities. But within a year of its launching, that is on 26 January 2001, Gyan-Darshan became 24 hours educational channels. The Gyan-Darshan is open to all universities and schools, and through cable TV network, it can increase its reach to a large number of audience on rural as well as urban areas. You can see the photograph of teletext. What is teletext? Teletext is a form of communication system, is popularly known as teletext, is used in broadcasting service to transmit text and graphics to the telecast sets. This system was introduced in 1970s in the UK by engineer at the British Broadcasting Company BBC and ITC, then known as IBA, for delivering information such as news, finance and weather were displayed in series or continuously rotating telecast frame. In this system, the television functions like a computer terminal for recovery of textual information and graphics from the remote database. In the year 1976, first telecast service came into practice for a general public, whereas at the same time teletext was being developed in England and France. They were proposing their own system known as NTOP. This system came into practice in the year 1977 for the first time, but it failed. Teletext system continued to be evolved by the year 1984. It developed into what is popularly known as world system teletext. Today, more than 30 countries use this enhanced version of WST worldwide. In terms of teletext, if we should talk about its role or its presence in India also. So, in November 14, in 1985, teletext service was started by Doordarshan Delhi, which was then popularly known as INTEXT, Indian Teletext. As the system has much potential for delivering educational instructions, but such kind of experiment has not been done in India. Prominently, it was used to deliver information like news, sports, events, financial trends, weather forecast, arrival and departure of train, television program in the form of magazines. This information is pooled and transmitted on a few predetermined lines in a vertical blanking interval of television signals. So, this is how teletext is helping in India. Dear students, so we talked about the history of educational channels, how educational channels are helping to the student in their education, in their development. We talked about IGNOU, we talked about Gyan-Darshan, we talked about Kishan channel and other channels also. Educational channels are really very important for the students, those who are not going to the university, those who are not going to college, those who are not going to the school, and through the medium of television, through the medium they are learning. And this is how educational channels are very important, and this is helping the students for their development. Thank you.